Hi, my name is Andrea Smith. I work with health-awards.co.uk and my business is called hypnotherapy I'm here to talk to you a little about how stressed are you and how anxious are you. Vitality TV, thank you for joining. Please come down here and click on and invite all your viewers, or swipe left to invite all your viewers, or swipe up on Android, please. So thank you for joining me. Now, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about a client of mine. Let's say her name was Jane. She's 34 years old. She's a busy mum of two. Megan was 2.5 and Tim's 9 months. She was juggling between part-time job and looking after her children. She was stressed and anxious all the time. She had knots and butterflies in her stomach, and she thought she would be late to pick up the kids or late to do housework and all of that. And some nights she was unable to sleep because she was so stressed and so anxious. Now, she was irritable all the time. So she was always yelling. She was shouting at her kids. She was just not calm and relaxed. One of the most common signs of stress are loss of appetite, fear, panic attacks, anxiousness. Mad Nurse, thank you for joining me. Short temper, recurrent headaches, dizziness, low self-esteem and confidence, and her ability to be successful in her life. Laura of Hugs, thank you so much for joining, and Magic Mo. Now, unresolved chronic stress can damage us to a very part of our life force. Now, not all stress is bad, but I'm sure all of you can understand how difficult it is when you're stressed, when you're anxious all the time, when you're juggling lots of things and you come home and there's no rest, there's lots of stuff to do at home. You feel really anxious, really stressed, and you cannot relax. You go to bed at night, you cannot sleep properly, you wake up again, and it's the next day and the next day, and it just drags on. So it's important for you to think of how you're going to relax. Casey. Hi, Casey. Thank you for joining me, Casey. And can go. So all I wanted to say was stress is... Hi, Casey. Again, thank you for joining me. So all I want to say is it's important for you to just understand where you are, where stress is. Like I said, unresolved stress can lead to can destroy the very core of your life. But sometimes not all stress is bad. If it's properly perceived and managed, stress can be extraordinarily powerful. So a lot of people can manage with your stress. And imagine you responding to your stress constructively. So you need to approach this as challenges, as a challenge, as an extraordinarily powerful ally in your process, and you optimize it and then you actualize it. Now, how are you, all you people out there, responding to current stresses? What are you going to do to relax yourself? Are you going to have a bath? Are you going to just sit in front of the TV? Or are you just going to chill somewhere? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because otherwise it carries on for weeks and weeks, and then suddenly one day you fall ill and you're unable to do anything. So it's important to try and think about how you're going to manage. Now, ask yourself, is your current stress response to deal with the dangers that's not happening right now? It's very much like pulling the fire alarm just because you had a fire happen like 10 or 15 years ago, or a fear of a fire happening in the future. So it's just the same. It's very similar. So you don't want the firefighters to respond to this, do you? Because it's going to waste their time, their energy, money, lots and lots of things. The same thing with your stress. If there's continual demand on yourself and on your mind and on your body with the stresses, you're just not going to be able to function properly. Thank you, Kaylee, for joining. So you cannot tackle the stress properly. Anxiety is an energy that cannot be used right now. So again, my name is Andrea Smith. I work in conjunction with health-awards.co.uk. Please go down here and invite all your followers, or swipe left to if you're on an iOS, or swipe up if you're on an Android. Just invite your followers, share it with your Twitter followers. It's important for people to know how stressful life is and how you can manage your stress and what you can do. Now, if you focus on this trapped energy and be in the present moment, you can release this energy. It's important to think that you can release this energy and experience effectiveness and excitement. So what are you guys doing about your stress? Are you, like I said, going to the gym, relaxing? Are you eating healthily, or the stress is making you come home and eat a big fatty cake? But health-rewards.co.uk ask you and reward you. So if you join them, they just Google them. They reward you for being healthy, for eating healthy. So it's important for you to think that, if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you're not exercising, if you're not doing all those things, you come home and then just go to the biscuit tin or the naughty cupboard and just attack all these foods. So all I have to say is, hi Jessie sister, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Now, do not dwell on the past. Do not dream of the future. Just concentrate your mind on the present moment. And when you do that, you'll realize that the anxiety and the anxiousness will just drift away. You don't have to think of what happened in the past and how you were anxious and how things occurred. Now, the biggest part of making us whole or healing is to accept various parts about ourselves. The parts that are stressed, anxious, the part of us that cannot relax, the part that cannot just sit down and take 2 minutes out. It's important for you to understand. But the times when we don't do well, the times when we really do well, the times when we're terrified, we're anxious, we're stressed, and the times when we're loving, we're being loved in return, the times when you're silly and foolish. And there are times when you're intelligent and you're fully present in the present moment. Now, the times when you fell on your face because you were so stressed and anxious, you were walking up the stairs and you fell down and you felt embarrassed. So it's important to realize, but there's times when we are successful. So these are all parts of you. Hi, Cantor Brian, welcome. So just understanding that these are all parts of yourself you have to love and accept. Most of our problems start when we're rejecting some parts of ourselves. So we're not totally in the present moment. We're not thinking of how we're going to relax, how we're going to calm down, how we're going to bring our body to this calm relaxation. We can be anxious, but the next moment we can relax and just let go. That's right. So we're not unconditionally loving ourselves or relaxing ourselves. We're not looking after ourselves. We're not being in the present moment. So let's not look back on your life. Hi Jamil, thank you for joining me. So I don't want you to look back on your life with shame, but look on your past with the fullness and the richness of life. Without doing this, you would not be here today. So you have to accept all parts of yourself. Hi. So just welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm Andrea Smith and I work in conjunction with health-rewards.co.uk. Sorry, I couldn't say that. I'd like you to click down here and invite all your followers. Share this podcast on Twitter so people understand how important it is to be relaxed, calm, to take a deep breath. And you have to also look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself, and feel and notice where your mind is, where you are in the present moment, and be at the center of that problem, and with effectiveness and with excitement, start to take action to move yourself forward. So consider that our habits create our life. It's arguable no single skill that is important for you to learn that mastering and controlling your habits. So you have to learn to control your anxiety and your stress too. You have to learn to be in control of yourself, because if you're not in control, it will overwhelm you, take over your life, and it will be a biggest part of you. We're always walking around thinking, I don't know where I am, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just so very anxious. You feel these knots in your stomach, you feel dizzy. That's right, you feel really this fear, you'll have panic attacks, and you'll have a short temper and be really, really anxious. So now consider this. of how our habits create our life. Now, if you learn to master habits, you will take charge, you will be in control, and you will learn to identify and implement your life and maintain your life and create the results you want in the way you want it and how you want it to be. So just learning to let go of these negative habits, learning that anxiety, it exists, but if we're in control, if we learn to breathe and to relax ourselves, take some time out, have some time to yourself, you won't be holding back in achieving your full potential. That's right. Your willpower is your key to success. So what are you going to do today? Successful people strive no matter how they feel, and they don't let themselves get overcome with apathy, doubt or fear. What they do is they're just in charge of themselves, they're in control of themselves, and they just bring their body down to be who they are. And then they're happier and they're healthier. So I'd like to leave you today, not immediately, but I'd like you to think about 3 doable actions you're going to do instead of being so anxious. So think about what you're going to do, how you're going to achieve the results you want. So today you might think, okay, I will go home and have a nice bath, have a warm drink, and then I'm just going to relax on the couch, read a book, or just do some stretches, or just relax and lie on the sofa, or just watch some mindless TV, or just do one doable action every day, and then reward yourself at the end of the doable action. Not with lots of chocolates and sweets, but with a nice healthy piece of fruit. Like I said, I work in conjunction with health-rewards.co.uk, and they reward people for being healthy, eating healthy, following healthy options. So one of the healthy options, hi Cameo, thanks for joining me. One of the healthier options is for you to relax, be calm within yourself, and be really present in that moment. And not, like Jane, like I said earlier, let the stress and the anxiety overcome you, overpower you. And this stress and anxiety overpowering you will take over your life, and you won't be able to be there present and be relaxed and calm within yourself. And you then will be really anxious, and then one day, like I said, you'd either, get ill, or you'd fall off the wagon if you want to get really fitter and healthier, or you start eating too much fatty foods, or you just won't be able to go to work because you're so stressed and high. So 24, thank you for joining me. So again, I repeat, I'd like you guys to think about how you're going to do 3 doable actions. So you do the first action, think about it, write it down, and just choose of which path you're going to go. Then do the second action again, and it should complement the first, or it should be separate. But choose that action, follow it through, and then just try and guide yourself to where you would like to be. Do the action where you'd like to be, and to be present in that moment when you're doing the action, and reward yourself, like I said. And then, hi Bush Raj, thank you for joining me. Again, can you click down here and invite all your followers? This is a really, really nice podcast. It talks about how you're going to relax and how stressed and anxious you are in your everyday life. So just try and get into a habit of relaxing, letting go, breathing, and not just being too anxious and too caught up. And that's all for me today. I'd like to thank you for joining me. My name is Andrea Smith. I work together with health-watch.co.uk, and my business is called www.hypnotherapyinsurrey.com. So please click on my business and then have a look and see. I do numerous things. I offer people stress relief to overcome their anxiety, and I offer Skype sessions, and I do lots of little things. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to speaking to you again next Wednesday. Please also join Nathan at Australia Wow and Gabby. They both do podcasts at 12 o'clock every single day for health-watch.co.uk. Thank you. Take care. Bye for now.